Hey VLS kids, welcome to the very first lesson of Unit 7. We are introducing ratios and ratio language. Our learning target says I can write or say a sentence that describes a ratio. So let's jump right into this. Here are some paper clips, some regular, some fancy. There are a variety of ways to sort these. One way would be by color. Another way could be by type. You heard me say regular, fancy. We might want to call it shape. I also see size. There are some really large ones and some really small ones. There are lots of ways to sort. I'm going to pick one of these for the next slide. Right. So, in regular school, we're going to do this in Class Kick, but you're going to do some sorting in Desmos instead. So I'm just going to demonstrate this one for you. I am going to sort these by color. Right, so I see 3 colors here. I see blue, so that's the first category name. I see green. And the last color is dark. I'm pretty sure that's black. All right. I'm going to highlight the blue paper clips. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue. Write that in. Then I'm going to highlight the green ones. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 green paper clips, and the black ones are the ones that are left, but we'll get those a highlight too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 black paper clips. Up here in the kind of peach colored box, it says we can talk about the quantities in the different categories using something called ratios. So here's another fancy word that just kind of got thrown in at you. The quantities, we counted them. It was the number that we counted. That's what quantity means. Somebody counted something up and told you how many there were. So we can talk about the number counted in the different categories by using something called ratios. So let's talk about what a ratio is. A ratio is an association between 2 or more quantities. I'm going to zoom in on this green word. That looks like ratio to me. Kind of like radio if it was a D. So here's how we pronounce ratio. Grab a skinnier one here. First we say ray, like a ray of sunshine. Then she, a pronoun. And then O. So it looks like radio, but we say ratio. A ratio is an association between 2 or more quantities. We're really saying, how are these things related? There are 2 ways that we can write a ratio. We use a colon. You see colons all the time in time. So here's the time, 3:30 p.m. The colon is the stacked dots in the middle. I've highlighted them, kind of red. Grabbed a really small highlighter, right? That is a colon, the 2 dots that are stacked. So we can either use a colon or we can use the word to, T-O, between TWO, 2 values that we are associating. Again, this sounds really complicated. It is a lot easier than it sounds, and let me demonstrate that by going through some examples. I'm going to cover up this part on the bottom. We'll get there. All right. So the very first sentence in this box, right here, it says the ratio of blue to green paper clips is 6:4. All right. So let's break down this sentence a little bit more. I see T-O. It's in the middle of the word blue and the word green. I see another TO. It's in the middle of a number 6 and a number 4. Notice also that I made the word blue be in the color blue, and the number 6 be in the color blue. Because the word blue is in front of the TO and the number 6 is in front of the TO, I know that they go together. The 6 goes with the blue. Looking at the picture, there are 6 blue paper clips. We already counted them before, but I'll do it really quick again. There are 6 blue paper clips. Notice again that blue comes before TO and the 6 comes before TO. That's how I know they're associated, how they go together. So what about after the TO? To the right of the TO. Grab a skinnier one again. To the right is the word green. To the right or after the TO is the number 4. That means there should be 4 green paper clips. You might remember that there are 4, but let me just prove it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 green paper clips. Now, up on top, I said we can use a colon as well. So take a look at the next sentence. Everything is almost exactly the same, except one thing has changed. The matches ratio of blue to green paper clips is 6. Notice what's changed. It's what comes after the 6. The TO got replaced with TWO dots. That's a colon. Sometimes I remember, instead of saying 6:4, that it's 6 to 4 because there are 1, 2 dots there. So that bottom sentence says the exact same thing as that top sentence, and you would read it the same way. The ratio of blue to green paper clips is 6 to 4. All right. You need to be a very careful reader when it comes to ratios. Look at what's in the next box. It looks like it's going to be the same thing, but something has changed. The ratio of, that part's the same, but look at what's next. In the top box, it said blue. In the bottom box, it says green. Green gets mentioned first. Green gets mentioned first, so this number in front of the TO has to go with green. The word after the TO is blue, so the number after the TO has to go with blue. And let's just double check. There should be 4 green. Yep, there are 4 green paper clips, and there should be 6 blue. So be a really careful reader. The way that kids get stuck in ratios is they just work too quickly. Just double check that you are making very careful work as you read, and don't switch up your words or your numbers. All right. We also can associate 2 quantities. We also can talk about ratios by using the phrase for every. So instead of saying TO, I can use the words for every. Here they are in pink. I'll highlight them too. For every 4 green paper clips, there are 6 blue paper clips. Or I can say the same thing by just moving the for every further into the sentence. So looking at the second one, it says there are 4 green paper clips for every 6 blue paper clips. I am comparing the amount of green paper clips and the amount of blue paper clips. That's what ratios do. We can associate, we can compare them. Okay. We are going to do one more quick example. We compared based on color, and we said that there are 4 green and 6 blue. So I'm going to write that out again. There are 6 blue and there are 4 green. That's kind of green. Let's do a better green here. And there are 4 green. I'm going to write the same thing in 3 different ways. Take a look at how I can write this. Let's look down at the very first example. It says the ratio of blank to blank is blank to blank. But I also want you to notice that I made the blanks be the same color. So whatever in this gold blank, whatever color I put in that gold blank, yes, is the number that needs to go in that one, right? So I'm going to pick green. It doesn't really matter which color I pick first, but I am noticing the other blank is blue. So I was thinking it might make sense to put the blue one there. All right, so I'm going to put the ratio of green to, and the other color that we've been talking about is blue, is, all right, so because I wrote green first, I need to have the number of green first, 4, 2, and there were 6 blue. The next sentence is saying the exact same thing, except only one thing has changed. Instead of this TO here at the end, I'll put a big star next to it. It's been changed into 1, 2 dots. That's our colon. But everything else is going to stay exactly the same. The ratio of green to blue is 4, colon, or 2, 6. All right. Now, here's one where it's going to look like I'm changing things around, but I'm not. Okay. This very last sentence is using the phrase for every. Okay. I see that there's a big blue blank first. So I'm going to talk about the blue paper clips. I want the color and the number. So for this last blank, I'm going to say there are 6 blue, and I'm going to write paper clips underneath. Paper clips. For every, now I'm going to talk about my other color. It's green, but I also need the number. 4 green paper clips. Notice this time that I've combined the information above. So I'm going to highlight where you can find that. In the very first sentence, here's blue. It's after the TO. It's to the right of the TO. So if I look to the right of the TO, there's blue. I've highlighted blue and 6. Here's the 6 and the blue together. Okay. In the next sentence, I'm just going to look to the left instead. There's my TO. I'm going to look to the left for both of them. So I can see that there's green to the left and there's 4 to the left. There they are together. 4 green. All right. Ratios, especially the first day, isn't very tricky. You just need to be a careful reader. Right? What I'm going to ask you to do next is to go to Desmos. There are 2 card sorts. Sort these things in any way that makes sense to you. Again, you need to do this in Desmos. You can't do this in the video. Okay? Sort them in any way that makes sense to you. Then you'll see a picture of a way a student sorted them, and you'll need to use the correct ratio language.